Have you ever wondered, as you walk through a peaceful garden or sit beneath the shade of a tree, about the mysteries woven into the very first garden of all, Eden? Why did God place the tree of the knowledge of good and evil right in the center of paradise, where it could not be missed? For generations, people have wrestled with this question. Why introduce temptation into a world meant to be perfect, a place untouched by pain or sorrow? Was it a setup for inevitable failure, or was there a deeper, more profound purpose behind it all? Eden was more than just a beautiful place. It was a symbol of perfect harmony, a living connection between humanity and God, where every moment was filled with peace and trust. The forbidden tree wasn't a mistake or a flaw in the design. Instead, it was a deliberate and meaningful part of the garden's story. Its presence invited curiosity, reflection, and ultimately a choice that would shape the course of human history. It wasn't really about the fruit itself, but about the freedom to choose, the ability to say yes or no, to trust or to turn away. The real story is about God's longing for a relationship built on genuine love, a love that is freely given, not forced or demanded. To truly understand the tree, we must see it as an invitation to choose, a chance to embrace freedom, not a trap set for failure. At the heart of Eden's story lies the extraordinary gift of free will, the power to choose, to love, and to walk our own path. Imagine Eden, a world where every sunrise is breathtaking, where the air is fresh and filled with the gentle songs of birds, and animals live in perfect peace, never fearing one another or the people who walk among them. In this paradise, God himself walks with humanity, sharing in their joy and wonder, making his presence known in the cool of the day. Adam and Eve had everything they could ever need: purpose in caring for the garden, deep companionship with each other, and a direct, loving relationship with their Creator, who delighted in their happiness. God wasn't a distant king ruling from afar, but a loving father, close and caring, who cherished every moment with his children. The garden itself was a precious gift, overflowing with life, beauty, and love, a place where every need was met and every day brought new wonders to discover. There was only one rule, a single no in a world filled with endless yeses, a gentle boundary in a land of freedom. This boundary wasn't a trap or a test, but a loving protection, set in place to guard their relationship with God and each other. Like a parent warning a child about a hot stove, God's command was rooted in deep care and a desire to keep his children safe from harm they couldn't yet imagine. Disobedience would bring pain and loss, but the rule itself was an act of love, a gentle warning, not a harsh restriction. The garden's one restriction was a demonstration of God's desire for trust, not control, a way to invite Adam and Eve into a relationship built on freedom and choice. Eden was a place of true freedom, not a cage, a world where love, trust, and joy were meant to last forever. Real love can't be forced, it must be chosen. God didn't want robots, he wanted children who could choose to love him. The tree was the symbol of that choice. Without it, Adam and Eve would have had no real freedom. Their obedience only mattered because they could say no. God risked rejection for the sake of authentic relationship. The tree made their love meaningful, transforming them into moral beings with free will. Every day the tree reminded them, trust is a choice. The forbidden fruit wasn't a mistake, it was the foundation of real love. Our freedom to choose is what makes our relationship with God genuine. The fruit itself wasn't magical or evil, it was just fruit. The real issue was trust. Would Adam and Eve accept God's wisdom or define good and evil for themselves? The serpent's temptation was to doubt God's goodness. Eating the fruit wasn't just breaking a rule, it was breaking trust. Their choice said, "We know better." The result? Shame, fear, and separation replaced harmony. God didn't punish out of anger but respected their choice to step away. The story is a lesson. Our choices have real consequences. The forbidden fruit was never about arbitrary rules, but about the heart's decision, trust or pride. The weight of freedom is the responsibility to choose wisely. The story doesn't end with exile, it's the beginning of redemption. Even as Adam and Eve stepped into a world changed by their choices, a new chapter was unfolding, one marked by hope and the promise of restoration. Even after their choice, God showed grace, covering their shame and promising a savior. In that moment, love triumphed over judgment, and mercy became the thread that would run through every generation. The echo of Eden is in our lives. Every day we face choices of trust or self-reliance. Each decision, big or small, is a reflection of that ancient story, inviting us to listen for the voice of truth. The serpent's whisper, "Did God really say?" still tempts us. Doubt creeps in, urging us to question what is good and to seek our own way, just as it did in the beginning. Yet God's love pursues us, offering hope and a way back. No matter how far we wander, His invitation remains, calling us to return to the heart of the garden. The cross of Jesus is the answer to Eden's broken trust. Through His sacrifice, the barrier is removed and the path to restoration is made clear for all who seek it. Where Adam and Eve failed, Jesus succeeded, restoring the relationship. In Him, we find the embrace we lost, and the promise of belonging once more. The forbidden fruit was always an invitation to trust. It was never just about the fruit, but about the heart's willingness to believe in God's goodness and wisdom. God still invites us to choose Him, offering true life. The gates of grace are open, and the way home is never closed to those who seek Him. Eden's lesson is about love, choice, and a God who never gives up on us. In every season, His faithfulness endures, and the echo of Eden calls us to walk with Him once again.